Hi guys, so I'm 22 weeks pregnant. This week baby girl was the size of a papaya. So she was about 26 centimeters long and about 550 grams. So she's over half a kilo already. So she's getting nice and big. This week was not the best week. I was pretty sick. I got sick on Friday, so I felt really sick before going to work on Friday morning, and then I had a 10-hour shift and I just felt really dreadful. I even called up Louis to ask if he can come and pick me up by riding over a huge mountain so he can drive me home because I had the car, but it was a little bit too late and I would have been waiting quite a while at work, so I just drove home, and yeah, I was just feeling really dreadful for the whole weekend, which was pretty awful. And we had friends coming to visit on the Sunday, and I really didn't want to cancel because they hadn't been to our house yet, and I thought, you know, it's no big deal if they just come over for a little while. But then we ended up going out for brunch and it was quite a big day, and when we went out for brunch I just felt really nauseous, and so I ended up having like a gingerbready type breakfast, which is probably the best thing I could have had, and I also had a ginger beer, so it helped a little bit, but I definitely wasn't the life of the party. I just felt really dreadful, so that wasn't much fun. This week I booked in for my childbirth class at the hospital. So that's a class that Louis and I both go together, and it'll be on a Sunday when I'm about 33 and a half weeks pregnant. So it's in May, and we just go for a whole day at the hospital, and I think they run through all the different types of painkillers you can have, and just talk about labour in general, show you a few videos, I'm sure, a little bit on newborn care, and also you get a tour of the hospital, so that should be pretty interesting. Definitely not, you know, counting on that to be my only type of information that I use for birth, but I think it'll just be nice to go to, just to see the hospital, just to see where we need to go, and yeah, I might meet some other people in that class that are from my area as well, so who knows, it could be fun, but we'll see. Movement this week was a bit higher than it has been the previous weeks. Previous weeks it's been really low down, just feeling kicks mainly on my left hand side down low, but she's been kicking up a lot higher near my belly button and kind of over to my right hand side more, so I think she's wriggling around in there a lot, and I think she's still transverse. So sideways in there, just from the different movements I can feel, but yeah, hopefully she'll get into position in a couple of weeks, or I mean it's not really urgent, but be nice if she starts kind of getting in that head down position soonish. Symptoms this week, just the same old sore tailbone. It's kind of been sore on and off, not the biggest deal. I've been really headachy as well. Just the entire week I've just had a headache, and I have had some Panadol, but I don't really want to be taking too many painkillers. I know that they're not strong and you're allowed to have paracetamol during pregnancy, but I still just rather not have anything at all, so that's not great. My skin feels like it's really stretching on my stomach a lot. It feels really tight, especially after I eat a large meal. It just feels like it's just pulling really tightly, which is a bit crazy. So I have to make sure that I put on all my lotions on my tummy. I've also had lots of dry skin on my face. My face has been kind of flaky, and mainly on my nose and my chin, but just in random spots around my face it's just been really dry, and even if I use a really heavy moisturizer at night time plus an oil, it still doesn't get rid of it. It's just a little bit crazy, so I need to exfoliate my face quite a bit at the moment to kind of get rid of that, but I think it's just a pregnancy thing. I don't think it's something that I can really get rid of, unfortunately. I've also been forgetting to tell you that I've had varicose veins, or those spider veins, quite badly just behind my knees. They've just been really full on. They're like really dark blue and very pronounced, and I don't feel like I can really wear shorts or anything. They're just really obvious, and that started quite a few weeks ago, and I'm not sure if they're really getting worse, but they're just not pretty at all. Cravings this week. I've really been craving lots of juicy fruits like watermelon and peaches and just all of the melons and grapes. Just anything that has a high water content or is really sweet. So I bought a lot of fruit and have been having a lot of fruit salads, which has been yummy. I also was craving cornflakes, but not plain cornflakes, had to be crunchy nut cornflakes. I just saw somebody mention it in a video, which is where all my cravings seem to come from. And then I was like, I have to have cornflakes, so I put it straight on the list, and Louis went and got it the next morning for me, which was awesome. My current weight is about 71.5 kilograms, so pretty much the same as it was last week and I think the week before that. I haven't really put on any weight, even though my tummy is feeling huge and like it's growing like crazy. So I'm sure next week I will put on a little bit of weight. Sleep has been kind of a little bit uncomfortable, not too bad, but I am getting up to go to the toilet a lot, like a lot during the night. So I just wake up a lot, and every single time I wake up I just feel like I'm busting to go to the toilet. So I'm getting up and down throughout the night quite a lot, so I'm not having a good solid sleep anymore, which is a bit frustrating, but nothing I can really do about it. I try not to drink copious amounts of water before I go to bed so that I'm not busting straight away as soon as I lie down, but it doesn't really seem to help. Energy levels this week were a bit average just because I was sick at the start of the week, so it's just taking a little bit of time to recover from that sickness. Stretch marks, no stretch marks, even though my tummy feels like it's stretching like crazy. I haven't noticed any. I've been looking very hard to make sure I don't have any, but yeah, I am trying to moisturize a lot more at the moment, a lot more coconut oil and heavy lotions. Belly button in or out? It's still in, but it does look a little bit funny. It's starting to get quite strange. It is getting a little bit more shallow and it looks really stretched, and around my belly button, just kind of below, my skin is like shiny because it's so stretched there. So I don't know if I'm gonna get an outie. I think that I might, and Louis thinks that's like the funniest thing in the world that I'm gonna get an outie. Products I am using. I'm using my coconut oil. I'm also using exfoliating gloves to just exfoliate my tummy and my whole body, really, just to kind of get the skin kind of rejuvenated and yeah, moisturizing heavily as much as I possibly can when I remember. I'm using my little wedge pillow to wedge underneath my tummy for sleeping some nights. Sometimes I find it a help and sometimes I find it the most uncomfortable thing ever, so I'm just using it occasionally, and it usually falls off the bed after about an hour of me using it anyway, so yeah. I also bought a yoga ball, so we blew that up and I've been just sitting on it, bouncing on it, and I find it really helpful. I really like it. It's pretty fun to bounce on and it just kind of loosens up all my muscles and it just feels really nice. So I think it'll be a really good help, and I might even take it into the hospital for labour if they don't have one there that I can use. So baby buys this week. I have a few things that I want to show you, so I might just do a quick little separate video just to show you. There are a few things that I actually got at Christmas that I don't think I ever showed you, so I'll show you those and a few other things that have arrived from the internets. Emotionally this week I'm feeling a lot more prepared and organised. I feel like we're really kind of getting somewhere with all of the things that we need to buy for baby, and just how emotionally prepared we need to be. So there are still a lot of things that we do need to buy, but we kind of have them all organised. So yeah, I'm not as stressed out this week, which is really nice. I'd also really like to read or just start reading more on birth. My sister recommended that I buy a book that she found invaluable during labour. It's an Australian book. I think it's called Birth Skills by, oh, I'm going to say this wrong, Juju somebody, I forget, sorry. But it's also co-written by Sarah Murdoch. And it's just about techniques to stay kind of calm and in control, and to use like essential oils and just other techniques to get you through the pain without using medication. So I think it'll be really interesting. This week I'm really looking forward to our friends coming over for a dinner party on the Saturday, and we also have some other friends that are coming to stay for the weekend, which will be really fun. This week I am hopefully going to start washing baby girl's clothes. I know it's a little bit early, but I kind of want to just get things sorted and start putting some other stuff in storage, clothes that are size 1 and over. You know, we don't need those for quite a long time, so it'd be nice to just put them into big plastic tubs and kind of put them away out of the baby's room, just so that we know exactly where all the stuff goes and it's not too cluttered. I'd also like to start prepping all the nappies, just so that they're all kind of sorted and ready, and I can put them kind of in an order ready to use, and just see what we're working with as well. So that's it for week 22. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and here is my baby bump shot. Okay guys, so this is my week 22 baby bump. So from the front with my t-shirt on, and from the side. And I love this new top. It's from Target and it's maternity wear. It's so comfortable. I think I would sleep in it. It's that comfy. So from the front with my top up. You can see my belly button's getting a little bit stretched there. It's having a bit of a hard time. From the side and from the other side. So it's lovely and big now. So that's it for week 22 guys. I hope you really enjoyed this vlog. Hope you're all really well, and please stay tuned for my baby buys video, and I'll also be doing a video on all the cloth and nappies that I have bought in the last few weeks, which is a lot. So stay tuned for that, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, bye guys.